It's the 21st of September, 2022. I just got back. Wednesday night, Barbara was with me. Just dropped her off and got back to the apartment. Not too many people living here in this building currently. Even some of the more long-lasting residents have found other places to be at night. I don't know what that means, where they're staying, what they've gotten themselves into. I hope they're doing okay, whatever they're doing or wherever they are. But they spend less time here, including my neighbor. So that's less noise, less traffic to me. As long as they're, paying their rent, I don't think anybody really minds. I don't mind. So anyway, so cool. And also the parking area is more accessible. And sometimes when there's so many people living here, it's like I can't even, it's like I don't even have my own parking spot because just it seems like as soon as I move, somebody else is like, oh, parking. And so anyway, the perils of, I don't know if you want to call this a city. It's a town at best, I guess. And even then, I think there's too many people and too many cars. And things are just, the way the infrastructure is, it's just things are spaced out enough to make it difficult, not impossible, to do things without cars. But pretty much even if you were going on a small errand, a short distance, people would still drive there. It's just the way the culture is oriented, and just takes for granted that, cars are going to be around forever. And this is how it is and how it's always going to be. People just kind of don't think about it, I guess. I most of the time don't either. I have my routine and my structure, and so anyway, that was not the plan to talk about that. I guess I did a little bit of writing today, and today, because it was so hot out, I didn't do any running either. Apologies for the yawn. People don't make it this far into my videos anyway, so it's like, and if it shows up as a thumbnail, then I'll just pick a different thumbnail. So anyway, and in the last video, I couldn't help but notice my nice tan line. It's like that's I guess the result of my summer. But I don't run without a shirt. There's some sense of modesty, I suppose. But it's like it was. I got a good tan. I didn't seek out to get a tan, but I got a tan anyway on my arms and legs where it's showing. It's like, yeah, it's interesting. But I'm pale. The rest of me. But and I didn't run yesterday, and I didn't run today because it was so hot. It got into the 90s Fahrenheit. And tonight it will cool off, and it's only going to be in the 70s Fahrenheit tomorrow, and it's going to stay in the 70s Fahrenheit for the foreseeable future. So hopefully autumn really does start, and like it won't get as hot, and yeah. So finally, and I'll regret it later as I get cold on my run, but I warm up if I dress appropriately, if I remember to. But keep the run going. I have my next destination in mind. But first I want to get to 1,000. I've got to lock that in before I start traveling elsewhere. So that's the idea. It is just the idea. It is not anything that has to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be, destroyed. No, it'll just be like, oh, well, it was a good idea. So, and tonight our meeting was a gratitude meeting. It's never a bad topic. every meeting I think is a gratitude meeting if you really think about it. You know, just the fact that we're able to talk about it and we're there. Maybe not for everybody from their perspective. Um, so it took me a long time to come around to being okay, I suppose, and being okay to be myself. I didn't know I had permission the entire time. And it keeps coming back that I am in a constant, um, hidden, unspoken uh, arrangement of ideas that I need to be mindful and keep up on being myself despite what other people, their assertions and assumptions. Because people just see me and they just see somebody that looks like a normal person, and they just, you know, attempt to approach me as though they would approach anyone. And they don't get the they don't get the expected response. Um, and they don't know what to do with that. They don't know what to make of it. And it's like, well, I didn't initiate it, so I can't tell you, and I can't help you. And I'm usually just in a place where I didn't want to be talking anyway, and people are forcing me to talk and pressuring me to talk. And why aren't you talking? And what's wrong with you? Why aren't you talking? And are you okay? Why aren't you talking? Can I help you? Why aren't you talking? Why are you being mean? Why aren't you talking? And it's like, and everything's just continuing to shut me down and alienate me and make me feel other and make me feel like I don't belong, and start to, you know, frustrate. And it's like, why are you still talking to me? Just if you just so being provoked, and I don't know. So got a issue at work, you know, with somebody who's in a confrontational. It feels like a confrontation to be my friend. It's like I have to be, and they want to uh, force me to talk with them, or you know, they try to um, engage me with, you know, it's like, when do you take your lunch? As though I wanted to, you know, spend my break socializing. And it's like, that is the farthest thing from a break for me, or a lunch for me, or getting more. It's like, that's just more stress. It's like, I'd rather be working than yeah. Mm. So I have to be careful. People don't realize it. It's like, most of the time, it's like, I just want to be left alone. And it's like, I have to establish a rapport with people. And that takes a long time for me to build up a rapport and a comfort level. Some people have ways of approaching me, and I feel more comfortable around them if I know a few things in advance, or they just reveal a little bit about themselves, and it's like, okay, you're okay. I don't have to. You're not a threat. You don't mean anything. Not that they don't mean anything, but they don't mean me any harm, and they don't want anything. And they're, you know, there are some people. It's like, oh, they see something, and that's like, well, this is an interesting person. And my defense mechanism is be less interesting, not get attention, not say stuff. Because if I say stuff, I'll say interesting things or something, or say it in an interesting way. And the less people know about me, I think, the better in that environment. So it's like, I'll be the bad guy. Yes, I'll totally do that. Because if people think I'm a bad person or a mean person, then they won't want to talk to me. And the less people that want to talk to me, the better off I am. Because I'm not there to be social. I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there to, you know, go out and, you know, go to people's barbecues and outings. Or, I mean, maybe that's what other people are there for, but that's not what I'm there for. And it's like, I don't know. They're not family. And I don't know, this person just kind of threw me off today and the past couple weeks, really. It's like, I have no idea what is going on with them. And it's like, I feel intimidated and a little bit threatened and nervous, and I have taken active steps in avoiding contact and, being seen. And like, so it's a little bit odd. So, and I've had to stand my ground and not give any signs of any like lenience or it's like, no, I just don't want to talk. And it's like, I don't know what we have to talk about. And yeah, who I choose to keep company with and who I choose to talk about is my business. I have a choice in that. I don't automatically owe people or am obligate to have to talk with them. I cannot be forced or guilted or shamed or pressured. Or it's like, no, you can think whatever you like. You can believe whatever you like. And it's like, that's okay. I'll be all right. Go, yeah. It's like, I've been at this job for long enough. It's like, I don't, people think what they like. I don't know what people even, what the story is that people think about me, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the truth of me. Nothing of what anybody thinks about me changes the truth of me. The truth remains constant. And so the best thing I can do is, stay in sync with what actually is true and what I think to be true, which aren't always the same, but that's where I like to be able to ask questions to get reality checks in the absence of the ability to attain. It's like I will just try to not panic, not overreact, not underreact, not get over emotional, under emotional, not distance myself too much, not confront too much. Because these are all things anything that I think, I figure that it's like, well, their experience seems so similar to mine with how they feel about other people interacting with them. So it's like, well, if it's the way that they, if it's the way I feel, then it's the way that they must feel. And it's just like, I'm treating them like they're me. Basically, they are another version, another adaptation of myself. And a lot of autistic people seem to be that way. It's like, they're a different version of me, or I'm a different version of them, just brought up in a different culture and a different time, and a different background and heritage and things like that. But they're just kind of like me, and I get that. And whereas like people, and I've decided, I think I was debating about the neurotypical and the neurodiverse speak. I like autists and non-autists, because calling people neurotypical, I think sounds like I'm putting a division, and also it sounds like an insult. I think so. It's like, you're so neurotypical. And maybe it's just the way I think about it or the way I say it to myself and the way it sounds. But it sounds like it's an insult. You're so neurotypical. Like, it's almost like calling somebody boring or not interesting. Or you say they're neurodiverse, it sounds, oh, well, they're creative and artistic and expressive and passionate. And there's all these other connotations of being an individual. Whereas neurotypical, it's like, oh, you're a drone. You might be an interesting drone, but you're just one of them, the 99%. And, yeah. I don't know if that's how other people think about it, but that's what I was thinking about over the past bit of time. And, So Autists, non-Autists. So, and what else? What else? So tomorrow it'll be cooler. I'll probably wake up early and go for a long run because I haven't run since Monday. Yes. And I did a 77. So we'll see what I do tomorrow. It could be a longer run than usual. I don't know if well, I never set out to do anything in particular. I don't know until I'm out there and feel the conditions internally, again, and externally, like how I warm up, and I'll just go and see what the morning brings. And will I wake up and go see the sunrise? I don't know. Clouds are going to be rolling in this evening. Chance of thunderstorms. Lows in the upper 60s or lower 60s Fahrenheit. So it's going to cool off, and that'll be really nice. I can't really think of much else going on, except for the basic proclamations as usual. Trying to understand what that's about, and the return of the other one, which I'm not a fan of because I don't know what that means. I don't know what the significance or relevance or consequences of that are, and the timing. And now it's like, okay, it enters into the equation as who's being spoken to, who's being referred to, what value and importance do they reflect, and does it have any bearing or affect me in any way? Because all of a sudden, are they just gone? It's like, kind of feels like, it's like, but it doesn't matter. If the person I'm talking about, if they are in love with them, then I have no control over that. No say over that either. I don't control anybody else's feelings. And if that's how they feel, then that's how they feel. And yeah. And do I like that? No. But I don't have any say about it. Just like other people don't have a say about what I say and do. There's a couple people that would like me to be a different way than I am for them, but I'm not. And they would like me to probably feel a different way about this or that, but I don't. And I don't feel guilty over it. So I wouldn't expect her to feel guilty over her own feelings. And it's like I am allowed to feel however it is I feel. It's like, so whether it's returned or reciprocated is not at my discretion. So, and I wouldn't want them to pretend at anything that they don't actually believe or feel. So it's like, I don't want any, pity, I guess, or no, that's not the right word. Just not anything pretended for diplomacy's sake, in an attempt to not hurt my feelings. I would just prefer just to be, just be real, be upfront, and devastate me all at once, because I'll be okay. No, I won't, but it'll still be okay. And I'm really glad that no one watches these videos, because I say stupid things, and I say them out of context and reference and context, and so they could be taken really badly, maybe, but I don't know. I know what I mean and the way I mean it, but it could be the way I said it or the words I chose, So anyway, don't take me seriously. Well, do take me seriously when I mean for me to be taken seriously, but no one knows exactly when that is and when the division is and when it starts and when it ends between don't taking me seriously and taking me seriously. When I mean it, when I don't, and yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. But I should go because yeah. Don't mind me. Or do. Okay, I'm gonna go now. And before I say anything that I don't mean to say yet. So yeah, I'll be around.